Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Happy Hump Day and welcome to News in Motion. If this is your first time viewing in with us, then we just want to say thank you for tuning in. This is your first time catching the replay, if you weren't able to catch us here live at 7:25 a.m., if you're catching the replay, we just want to say thank you for your support. For our audio and podcast listeners, thank you for turning those dials to Hot 97 News in Motion. We are in the middle of the week, y'all. We're almost there to Friday. I understand for all the people that work jobs. I understand why y'all always excited for Friday. Trust me, I get it. I understand it now. I'm looking forward to Friday too. But how is everybody doing today on this hump day, this Wednesday, this well-spoken Wednesday? Another shout out to the young people for when they had the takeover. We had the well-spoken Wednesday. We might have to bring that back. We're definitely going to have to bring that back. We're going to have to see if Isaiah and Lexi have some availability in their busy schedules. But whether you are tuning in through Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you're tuning in from, we just want to say thank you for tuning in and good morning to all of you. Miss Marion Jackson, who's tuning in through YouTube. Miss Adrian, tuning in through YouTube. Fred Jones, good morning to you, tuning in through Facebook. And good morning to you too, Robert Holman. Fred Jones says, glad you understand now. Listen, we're working people. I salute you. All right. I understand why you look forward to Fridays now. But without further delay, y'all know what we do here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
Thank you, Isaiah, for bringing us up in here. What's up, everybody? Today is Wednesday. It is September the 20th. I'm going to pick up where Isaiah left off. I believe he was at Sardinia. So good morning to you, Pastor Alex Williams. Good morning to you. What's up, Latrice Jones? Good morning to you. Hey, Lori Wallace. Good morning to you, sis. Deborah Johnson. Good morning to you. And to my brother, good morning to you. And that is Liz Pryor the third. That's up in there. Yeah, I'm so excited. I told y'all yesterday that I had something I wanted to share with you all today. One of the announcements, breakdown, everything. I'm going to give y'all some information. I hope you're ready to receive it. So go ahead now and get your pen and your paper, your laptop, your smartphone, whatever. Y'all, there's something that is coming from the Library of Congress. So I'm just really pumped about it because I received access early. And so, of course, I'm going to share it with all of you. So that's going to come towards the end of the show. But I want us to go ahead and get started. Good morning to everybody that's out there. Y'all, it's time to dive into the News in Motion headline this morning. What's up, Davia? What's up? What's up? What's up? You see, Lori says your energy is infectious. So listen, I woke up like this. You know, I still got Beyonce in my head. And I'm crazy enough to go. She has one last show in Kansas City. Am I nuts enough to go to that? It was amazing. I went, I was able to see it with a good friend of mine, her daughter, and then my daughter. We had a blast. I think I told y'all about that. My body wasn't used to partying until 4 a.m. because, you know, in Atlanta, they had the party on the street, the rooftop parties, all of that. But it was fun. It was amazing. And you're talking about an amazing businesswoman who was doing her thing. Just amazing. All right, so let's just go here. More to the walk-off. Bloomberg is reporting that the United Auto Workers said more of its members will go on strike at General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis facilities starting at noon on Friday. I told you yesterday that the union president said we can't ready to amp this up, and they are. So right now, the auto parts maker have more than $38 billion, that is with the B, of revenue at risk if this strike drags on. The fact that you got $38 billion at risk. Okay, let's just leave that there. I see you, Donita. Good morning to you. Also from Bloomberg, y'all, in the housing market, The new U.S. home construction dropped 11.3% in August to the lowest since June of 2020, highlighting that they're calling this a toll on declining housing affordability. It's rough out here, y'all. It is rough. It is rough. I actually had looked up and telling my husband, I was like, we don't need all this. We just don't need all this. So where do we go? What do we do? You know, people will always say this, well, you never know when your children get married and have children. Well, they grown, they ain't married, and so far there's no children. So what am I waiting on? Like, can I go somewhere else? But when you go to look someplace else, it's like, no, I'm gonna stay right where I am right now because that costs more and it has less square footage. So no, I'm not doing that. Then we thought about renovating, like let's go into the inner city of Columbus and let's just do a complete renovation. Not that either. You know, after a while, you're just like, let me just stay here. But who knows? One day I may get out of here. But y'all, the housing affordability is through the roof. Now, the drop was largely driven by a sharp decline in multifamily construction. If y'all notice, wherever you live throughout the United States, there's been multifamily construction. Well, now that's, it's at a decline. And then the recent rise in mortgage rates has also helped drive housing affordability to record lows, suppressing demand and soaring builder sentiment. So it's interesting. Depends on where you are. It may be up. Other places it may be down, or you may lose a lot of square footage. There's a lot that's going on with that. I see you, Kim Edmondson. Good morning. What's up, Rosanna? Good morning. See how there's a lot that's going on, and then everyone's waiting. Today is Wednesday, and we hear at the Federal Reserve may make another decision for the rate hike. We don't know. We don't know if it's going to be a percentage, a half point, or if anything at all. So we're just all holding our breath waiting for that. Now I need y'all to share y'all's thoughts here. So let's get into this. Y'all, a Black Texas high school student who was suspended because of his hair locks, hairstyle violated the district's dress code. He was suspended again on Monday because he returned on Monday, after his suspension, and he ain't changed nothing. He's like, this is who I am. I'm just uniquely designed by God. This is who I am. So he came back in there like, nope, you're going to go back home. So his name is Daryl. Daryl George was suspended for more than 2 weeks because of the violation at Barbers Hill Independent School District and their dress code and grooming code, according to his family. Now, CNN was the first to jump on this to report. The code states that male students' hair will not extend at any time below the eyebrows or below the earlobes. Okay, but he has it. His hair is locked up in a ponytail, so it's not doing either of those. But anyway, the family is talking about filing a lawsuit. But in a statement, the school communications director said they could not answer anything about that. Now, Daryl George, he's a junior in high school. He has received multiple disciplinary action notes and was placed on in-school suspension for wearing his locks, the hairstyle that he wears. Now, in addition to that, they said he had some frayed jeans on as well. They would allow him to change his jeans, but they wanted him to also cut his hair. And he's like, I'm not doing that. So I want to hear y'all's point on that. So just put that in there. And I'm going to switch a little bit from a high schooler to the Senate. All right, so y'all, it's time to chat. I want y'all to chat. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said Monday that the staff for the chamber's sergeant at arms, the Senate official clothes policy, will no longer enforce the dress code on the Senate floor. All right. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning. Let's see. Alex said, I read the article and saw a picture of his hair. That is definitely great. Listen, Pastor Alex. I'll come back to Chuck Schumer in a moment. Listen, when I saw the pictures, I was like, it's not below his eyebrow or below his earlobe. So what are y'all talking about? So he pulls it up to fit within the standards, the rules, the regulations, but they still came at him. Y'all, I don't know about y'all. I'm not moving to Texas. Okay. First of all, it's just too hot there. I have a lot of friends there. And I'm like, how are y'all doing this? And they're like, well, we have to stick with it. We have to have our voices out here. Somebody put it back on me, Derek Pryor. You started this. You told us to go raise our voices. I did, but I don't know if I'm doing all that though. I don't know if I'm doing all that. Marion Jackson said, kudos to Daryl George for standing your ground to be who you are. Good morning, Jeff Payne. And then Adrian says the earlobe. Yeah, the earlobe, sister, the earlobe. So that is what's happening. So yeah, keep putting that in there. I want to see y'all's comments on this. So let's get to Chuck Schumer in the Senate. So the dress code change in the Senate. And a part of the change comes from Senator John Fetterman had been unapologetically wearing his shorts in his city. He like, this is who I am. Now he's very respectful to the floor, so he won't go in during the vote. He will just stand at the door, cast his vote, and then keep going. Now, a part of that, remember, he had some mental health challenges after his stroke when he was on the campaign trail before 2022, during that whole time there. And then early 2023, early this year, he checked himself into a hospital to just deal with, I'll use Simone Biles' words, his mental, which kudos to him that he's putting himself first. So here's my question, because there's a lot of pushback now. There's a lot of pushback. And so here's a quote that Schumer said. He says, there has been an informal dress code that was enforced. This is what Schumer said on the statement on the floor. He said, senators are able to choose what they wear on the Senate floor. He said, for me, I will continue to wear a suit. He slipped that in. All right. Then we have AP reporting that the changes has prompted outrage. Y'all on the floor, they were mad. They were so mad. Y'all, they were so mad. Susan Collins made her statement and said, tomorrow I'm coming in a bikini. I'm like, okay, now you're taking it too far. And please don't wear a bikini, Susan Collins, please. We would appreciate if you keep some clothes on. All right. Then we had other people saying, y'all should be embarrassed. The Democrats should be embarrassed because they're changing this dress policy. All right. I really want us to talk about this. So just chat. And if you are listening by audio, just come to the chat later or submit your thoughts to our email, which is newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. But I want to hear what you're thinking, because we also have another senator that says, I represent the people of Kansas. And much like when I get dressed up to go to a wedding, it's to honor the bride and the groom. You go to a funeral, you get dressed up to honor the family of the deceased. Senators should have a certain level of decorum. All right, and this is from Senator Roger Marshall. I want to know what you think. And what's up, Kenny Stanley? Said, y'all, he's on his way to school. Y'all, he's in that classroom. Go on with your seminary degree, brother. Let's see. Adrian says Featherman was on the UAW picket line a few days ago too. Yes, and he drove from Pennsylvania to Michigan to be on the picket line with the protesters in his hoodie and his shorts. Lori Wallace says, my son's school has the same rules. His hair was big, but it was never below his ears. If it's not below his ears, then they can't say anything. Thank you for that, Lori. Latrice Jones says, way to go to school. Why go to school if they don't want you there as your authentic self? Just leave. Is he a new student at the school? Now, that part, I don't know if he's a new student or not. Pastor Alex, if you read that particular article, please post that in there. And then Marion Jackson says the George family have a lawsuit. Y'all are still on the George family. Okay. All right. I love it. Let's keep talking about this. And let's talk about the Senate as well. What do you think? Now, I'm going to weigh in here for a moment. You know, I had to go to the word. And in Psalms 139, it says, you have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word was on my tongue, you knew it completely. You hemmed me in behind me and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me to lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from the Spirit? Where can I go from the presence? If I go from heaven, you are there. If you're in my bed in the depths, you are there. If you rise, and it goes on and on and on and on. And then it talks about being uniquely made. So Can we not be uniquely made? Pastor Alex Latrice said, no, he's not a new student. We're uniquely made. So does that mean that we can just do us? What, y'all, let's talk about this before I get into my story. I really can't wait to get to. But do we have to alter who we are? Or do we have to follow rules? Is it to some degree because we no longer follow rules that things are just buck wild? What's really going on here, y'all? Let's talk about it. It's not talk about it Tuesday, but I think Isaiah said it's Wednesday word or something like that. Pastor Alex said the school district said that this policy is in place to teach discipline, obedience, and sacrifice. Jacqueline says relaxed dress code lead to people pushing against what's acceptable. There was someone on the news yesterday. I can't remember exactly who. Different people talking. I was laughing. I said, "Oh, I'm talking about this tomorrow." So I wanted to hear what their commentary was and what was going on there. And they were saying that, and I remember this to some degree. My grandmother used to say this. She says, "When you get on that airplane, you dress up. You'll get more respect." She goes, "When you're in that classroom, you dress up when you're taking a test." And this is what the person said on the news that last night, when that they were taught that when they were taking a test, that they were dressed up because for some reason, it was a different type of confidence, a different type of personality, and they passed the test. And they were saying there was a study out there, and I have not been able to find the study because, of course, I went looking for it. I haven't seen that. But is there some truth to that? Now, there are times. Now, I got to be honest with you, but it's because I'm a Black female. It's because I'm an African-American female. There are times when I go to certain malls, like if I am out in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm rolling up to Phipps Plaza, I ain't going in there in no holy jeans. That ain't happening. I know that's crazy. But people look at certain things. If I'm going certain places and I'm at the hotel or something, there's something, you get different service when you're dressed differently. Now, should you alter who you are? That's going back to my message yesterday, being double-minded. I want us to really talk about this because there's a lot to unpack here. Davey, I know you on here somewhere. Give us your expertise because you just give us that whole thought pattern with being unique and who you are and letting go of the stress and all that. That's if you are still on here. I think you are. Latrice Jones says, Alex Wims, so he knows the rules and consequences. We have to do better with what we choose to engage. This is not good trouble. Oh, okay. Rosanna says, I think they should dress up. They get paid too much to do nothing. So why should they get to dress down? Now, and let me also add this in there. The senators can relax their dress code, but the staff and aides cannot. Now, that's a double standard for me. That's a double standard. I'm trying to understand this. Good morning, Stephanie. Deborah says, my mom insists on us bringing our best dress when we went to school. It was our first person, it was the first person nominated for opportunities to represent the school. And then Pastor Williams says, the sad thing is that the young man was on schedule to graduate early, but the suspension may cause him to graduate late. Wow, y'all, this is a good conversation. Good conversation. So we have a young man who's trying to stand his ground. And he didn't break any rules. From what I could tell, he broke no rules. It was his locks were not below his eyebrows or his earlobes. He had his hair pulled up or pulled back. John Fetterman, on the other hand, with everything that's going on with him, with his shorts and with his hoodie, I believe Chuck Schumer said, you know what, I'm going to help this new person that's in the Senate and help them work through whatever they're working through. Or maybe Chuck Schumer even knows more. But are we dumbing? Are we changing the decorum? Are we sending a message? Are we going to become so relaxed? Joy Behar on The View made a statement yesterday, and she was saying that as a teacher, when she was a former teacher, when the teaching system changed the dress code to where the teachers could wear jeans and the women could wear pants, she said that's where she noticed some disrespect coming from the students because you put them on the students' level. So, y'all, there's a whole lot to unpack here. And I want us to continue this conversation, but I wanted to bring it here because I wanted to hear your thoughts. One, What do we look for when we're out here voting these days? Two, how do we stand behind our children who want to express themselves and be uniquely made to who they are? And three, how do we look at people and not judge them based upon the clothes that they wear? Because we shouldn't. We could be looking at somebody who looks like they're sleeping on the street and they could be multimillionaires. So we got to get beyond what we see and get to the point of, well, where's the love and who is that person? Deborah Johnson says Congress often make rules that are in their favor and don't apply them to us. Double standards so often. Yeah, yeah. I want to keep talking about this, but we'll be back in a few moments. I have two more stories. One about a job, and two about something that's happening from the Library of Congress. And we'll be right back after this commercial. Yeah, we've stepped up our game. So we're looking for anyone who is a small business owner, an entrepreneur, have a side hustle, and you want to get your business out there. I can share with all of you in looking at our measurements and our numbers. People are constantly replaying videos that have been out there from day one. We get anywhere from 500 plus replays from back in 2020. 2022, 2023, we're getting 1,000 plus replays a day. So putting your business out there, getting the information out there, believe me, people will buy your product if they see it. So here's an opportunity. Just email us, newsinmotionwithgail@gmail.com. We will send you the advertising kit and you can get started immediately. So we want to put that out there, and this is a great time right before the holidays. Kim Edmondson says, you can be dressed up and be an idiot. Yes. She says, we have to stop judging people based on their appearance. Yes. I see Latrice Jones and Pastor Alex having a great conversation out there. Keep that conversation going. I think it is wonderful. All right, y'all, if you are looking for a job, Amazon is hiring a ton of holiday workers. It will add 250,000 warehouse and delivery workers for the holiday shopping season in order to deal with what they believe will be an amazing rush. Like they think it's going to be an unexpected rush. They think that they're not even going to be prepared. They're looking at partnering with other delivery services. There's a lot that's going on there. The company said it's increasing the average pay for workers from $19 to $20.50 an hour. So that's out there as well. So I'm just going to tell you this. If you shop on Amazon, they're also telling people shop early because they're not sure even if they hire all these people, if they will stay to through the holiday season. So shop early. All right, y'all, let's get ready to chat. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. We're in I won't call it a partnership. We've had the opportunity to hear from the Library of Congress and things that they're doing. So I want to chat about this amazing opportunity with the Library of Congress. It's the world's largest library, offering access to creative records of the United States and extensive material from around the world, both on site and online, the main research arm of the U.S. Congress and the home of the U.S. Copyright Office. So, real excited, y'all. So, the Library of Congress. They announced their awards yesterday for the 2023 cycle, but because we are in this relationship, I have the opportunity to share this information here with all of you to prepare you for January 2024 when the applications will become available once again. I'm so excited, y'all. So, the Library of Congress Literacy Awards are intended to draw public attention to the importance of literacy and the need to promote literacy and encourage reading. This has been happening since 2013. The Library of Congress Literacy Awards program has awarded more than $3 million in prizes to more than 150 institutions in 38 countries. By recognizing current achievements, the award seeks to enable any organization or program that does not operate on a for-profit basis to strengthen its involvement in literacy and reading promotion and to encourage collaboration with like-minded organizations. So, yesterday they awarded three big prizes and then several small prizes. The David M. Rubenstein Prize was awarded $150,000 to and I have them. I'll have to come back and tell you who it went to. And then the American prize was $50,000 that was awarded to an organization. The international prize, $50,000, was awarded to an organization. When I say awarded, they don't have to pay it back. Okay. And then there were many, up to 15, what they call successful practices honorees at $5,000 each. Now, why apply? Because you receive cash prize to further move forward your mission and program goals, gain public recognition for your work, and then join a growing network of past winners and honorees. Now, all of this information, if you are not, because I'm going to go through the application and everything real quick, but if you have not subscribed to the newsletter, go to gaildudley.com. It's free. It's no longer the vote sign up front. We're working on newsletter. I think the newsletter is the website is the bomb. Shout out to Molly Huggins. And if you're looking for a website designer, reach out to her. Now, she's not cheap, but she will make your stuff pop. But there's a pop-up box that will come on. You can just put your information in there, and then you'll get the newsletter on Friday. Now, don't call me asking me for the application if you have not signed up for the e-newsletter. Just sign up. I'm putting all this information in there. So on yesterday, I'm trying to pull it up. There were several organizations who won the awards, and I'm really trying to find it. It was absolutely amazing. Organization in Detroit received $150,000. Organization in Kansas received the award for $50,000, and then there was another $50,000 winner. Y'all, here's an opportunity for those of us who are viewers to think about collaborating to go after some of this money. Again, I have the opportunity to share this with you before it comes out on January 2024. So just to give you an idea of some of the things that will be on this application. Thank you, Jacqueline. They're going to ask you your award category. So you have to be able to identify your genre, your status. So listen, if you have not filed a 501c3, start doing that. And you can do it where it's rushed. Or find yourself a fiscal agent or collaborate and partner with others. And guess what? Schools are on here as well. They'll ask for your organization name, the website, the telephone number, the email address, the year that you were founded, the service area. So start identifying these things. Now, again, I'm going to have this full application. Now, this application is from 2023, but they don't change them from year to year. So you want to get this information. So use this as your example. If you get the email, it's called the Friday Rundown. Again, go to www.gaildudley.com. Sign up. It's free to get that email. This is going to be a PDF attachment. This is from 2023, but you can still go through this to prepare your paperwork to do it. Yes, Lori. Lori says, I'm in. Let's do it together. I have a 501c3. Y'all see, boom, somebody's there. And guess what? You can be all around the United States. You can even be outside the country. Okay, so it's going to ask you the population you serve. So identify that. They're going to ask you for your 501c3. They're also going to ask you for your employer identification number, also known as an EIN number. Start pulling this together. The reason some of us receive this information early so that you will have more than just the 3 months, because you have to turn them in March, I think it's March 21st of 2024. They'll go live in January. So yeah, you're getting this in September. Hello, somebody. So we can have time to brainstorm, have some focus groups. Y'all, somebody in this viewership should be able to win this in collaboration with other people, and go for the big one. Go for the $150,000. It's going to ask you to have your logo. That's the main organization logo. It's going to ask you to have a brief description of the organization. Kim, I thought about Al actually with what he's doing. I mean, he could do a whole barbershop series with reading and literacy with children, which he probably already does this, but still. It's going to ask you for leadership. They're going to ask you for 3 areas of leadership. It's going to ask you for their title, their name, their email address. They're going to ask you for the original company's board of directors. It's going to ask you for 2 letters of reference. So you'll have to do letter recommendation in support of your application. Find strong people to do this. I figured that, Kim. Find strong people to do this, to write these. They're going to ask you to write a short narrative response to questions. There's like 5 questions they're going to ask you to write a response to. And you have to have up to 300 words. When you're applying for money like this, hear me, you can't have 301 words. 300. And you want to have more than 200. So you want to fall within that 200 to 300. But you don't want 301. If you and they have a way to knowing how many words you've written in that response. If you have 301, 302, 303, you're out. The application is already out because you did not follow instructions. You got to have a selection criteria statement, and then the innovation. Y'all, the applicant has to have unique advance in field literacy development. Create a new model if there's a new model that's out there to be created. How you're going to collaborate, how you're going to partner, how are you going to strengthen these categories? One thing that they're looking for over and over again are not just the young people, but also the older people. What can you do with literacy for the older people? They're going to look for sustainability. They're going to look for how easy can you reproduce this for other people, because they find that in the Library of Congress that when something is posted, other people take advantage of it and they want to start reproducing it. So do you already have some sort of development that can be reproduced that you can share it with other people? So that's key, y'all. Oh my gosh, this is key. And if you received the email last week from me, I had 2 things in there from the Library of Congress. Our relationship is growing. Again, I was able to get access to this early and to share this. You all do not want to miss this. I'm telling you. Then you also have to have measurable results. And then you have to have community responsiveness. Y'all, that's it. And the reason I'm excited about this is 2 things. One, I finally gotten to the place that News in Motion can have 5 live viewers. We can have 5 live viewers. But the 5 live viewers are like, I'm interested in this information. And we're dropping the nuggets here. Also, an apology. I did not look at my notes correctly when I came back on. So we missed the deadline for the holiday volunteers for the White House. And some of you had asked me about it. So I wanted to publicly say it here. My fault. My fault that I did not put that out there. But I also want to remind you, not one person applied last year when several of you said you were going to. Now, there's other opportunities. There are now paid internships at the White House. I will roll that out. I will roll that information out next week. So y'all, here on News in Motion, we are getting inside. People are seeing our consistency. They see that we fact check everything, and that when we share something, we share it and we don't ask y'all to pay for it. So this information is here. Come on, y'all. There's so many of us. I thought about our viewers here on live across the platform. We can be getting, somebody in here can be getting this $150,000. All right, y'all, that's all I have today. Until tomorrow, y'all know what I say, right? Keep moving. And remember, y'all, live your life abundantly. We're out.
Motion.